Corey Perry has found his way back to the NHL via the Edmonton Oilers. A move that a lot of people were wondering if this was going to be happening, if this was going to be the case, that Corey Perry does actually come back to the NHL, and it's finally been done. The Edmonton Oilers have made their move. Corey Perry is now being put on the active roster from a corresponding move just moments ago. So we're going to be talking about the whole situation here today. But before we get into all of this, we notice that 83% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your Blackhawks news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button, stick around, you won't miss any of the news as it happens, and you'll get it all here. But like I said, we're going to start this one off here with Corey Perry. Made his way back to the NHL after the situation where, a situation to forget with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Edmonton Oilers tweeted this out a few minutes ago as well here, saying that he's officially been signed, officially on the roster due to a move, which I'll be discussing later. So the Oilers have signed Corey Perry to a one-year contract with an average annual value of $775K. I believe that's the league minimum, plus performance bonuses, and he will wear number 90. Now, we discussed on this channel here, we've been covering this Corey Perry situation pretty much from everything we've known that's happened, everything that has been occurring after the whole situation, and we suspected that Perry would be back in the NHL. This was not a thing that teams will look at and be like, yeah, this is something that's going to happen again. I think it was kind of something that the Blackhawks just wanted to get out of the way due to what they've been tied with over the past few seasons. They don't want to get themselves in any of these situations once again. The easiest thing for them to do was to just get rid of the situation and terminate Corey Perry's contract, but other teams would be willing to make that effort to go out and get Corey Perry. And what we've seen in this case, we've projected Boston, Toronto. Edmonton was a team that I had in the back of my mind, but I didn't really put it into any perspective, any thought. But I really do like this move for the Edmonton Oilers. The forward lines, there's a lot of players down in the bottom six that could be swapped around. I think Corey Perry fits in this team well. A very good depth player, we know. He was working well in the Edmonton Oilers this season. His offensive production didn't look like it slowed down from when he was playing on the Blackhawks this season. But I think Corey Perry is an excellent fit for this Edmonton Oilers team. The Oilers did, I think, need to add something. I think Corey Perry is a good start to it. Whether they add some more or not, we don't know until the trade deadline. But Corey Perry being on the Edmonton Oilers still raises a few questions about if this grievance that the NHLPA has against this can be filed. We know that the NHLPA has until, I believe it's the end of January, to file a grievance against the league, saying that it was a wrongful termination, which could mean that he would go back to Chicago on the original deal because it was no illegal activity. It was no reasonable contract termination apart from just something within the team, which I don't think we're going to see. At this point now, I don't think this whole signing would have progressed this far if that had been the case, if this grievance will be filed. I think Chicago kind of just wants to, stray away from all the activity. They don't want to be in the news for the reasons like that, like they have been over the past year and a half, year. They're looking to go in a new direction. I think that Corey Perry leaving this team, them getting rid of him, was the move they had to make. And, what we expected, I think the Chicago Blackhawks are heading in a new direction. Like I said, they got all these younger guys. They got a few veterans trying to change the narrative of this team. But the Oilers make the move. Adam Ernie has been placed on waivers to make space for Corey Perry. Now, Adam Ernie, I don't think he'll be really claimed. I think he'll be going straight down, unless there's a team that's in desperate need for someone like Adam Ernie, which, at the moment of recording this, I don't think there is. So Corey Perry is being put on this team. Like I said, I'll put up the lines once again here. I think that he can fit in many places on this team. Corey Perry, we've seen him, although it's a much different situation from the Edmonton Oilers to the Chicago Blackhawks. Corey Perry was playing the first line a bit with the Blackhawks, pairing him up with Connor Bedard. It seemed to work out well, so maybe we see him go on a line with Leon Draisaitl, maybe with the line with Connor McDavid, but, it's still going to be all pending whether he does play the full season, whether he's only in the lineup here or there. A lot of his bonuses are based on games played, playoff, if they get to the second round, a lot of stuff like that. So I'm assuming Corey Perry will try and be in this lineup. We know he can be from his play this year with the Chicago Blackhawks, but that's what I said. It's all going to be pending to see what happens. A lot of stuff. This is assuming Corey Perry does stay on this team for the whole season, which, unless something like what he previously did in Chicago happens again, I think he will. But another little bit of exciting news here for this circumstance is that Corey Perry, after signing the contract with the Oilers, will be playing against the Blackhawks on Thursday, this January 25th of this week. It's going to be an interesting one. The Chicago Blackhawks heading to Edmonton to play against Corey Perry. We'll see if, he sparks anything against this team. I really don't think that there's any bad blood between the players on the Corey Perry and the players on the Chicago Blackhawks, or, any of his former teammates. I really think it was just something that management, I think it was a mutual understanding that Corey Perry knew that the Blackhawks didn't really want to be involved in any controversy again, for a while, after, like I said, everything they've been going through, which is something that we're not going to touch on. We won't touch on. Search it up if you want. I'm sure many of you know what the whole situation was, but, Corey Perry, I think, is, once again, an excellent signing for the Edmonton Oilers. Being able to play pretty much anywhere on a league minimum. You can't ask for much more. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. A lot of hate coming from him from many, many, many fans, players, coaches around the league, but it's the perfect game style to get the distractions away from McDavid, kind of replacing, I guess, your Zach Kassian from a few years ago. It's something that Edmonton hasn't had over the past few seasons in a guy who'll try and get under your skin, I think this is perfect. This is exactly what they need to complement Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It's a perfect way to take away the momentum of the game from them, to give it to Corey Perry and trying to scratch some stuff up on the ice while he's out there. But once again, one final time here, I'll pull up the lines again. I'm not sure. I haven't watched too many Oilers games this season. However, I don't know whether they flopped their lines around. I know that Nugent-Hopkins, McDavid, Hyman, Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, and Warren Foegele have been, for the most part, that's been the top six. So whether we do see a Corey Perry in this type of game, in the whole the situation the Oilers are in right now, going for it, they're playing well as of late. They've been playing much better since the beginning of the season. And I'm excited to see Corey Perry. I'm a Corey Perry lover. I'm not one of the haters. I'm excited to be able to see him do good, hopefully. Go far in the playoffs once again. We've seen it, I believe it was 2010 against the Oilers in the playoffs when he was on Anaheim. We've seen the whole the events there, but Corey Perry, it's something you can't go wrong with, especially on a league minimum. And I think the Oilers are going to do good with him. I think he'll be a nice fit to complement like I said, McDavid and those guys to trying to get the attention off the other players on the ice and put it onto him. Try and get there in front of the net, tap in a few. I think it's a good spot for Corey Perry. Summer, we haven't seen him play like this in a while since being on Tampa, but it's gonna be an exciting time to see what he's doing. And that's all I got for this video. But I want to know what you guys think about Corey Perry being on the Edmonton Oilers. I think it's a nice fit, something that kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I didn't really see Edmonton in much conversation about going there, but it's going to be an interesting one to see. So let me know what you think. That's all I got. Hit the sub button if you haven't already to get all your Blackhawks news, NHL news, everything across the hockey world. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.